Hi, my name is Randy Brems and I am one of over 500,000 international students in Australia. I've always wanted to move to Australia and I couldn't really decide what university I wanted to go to in America. So it was getting to the time where everybody started asking me, what are you going to do for college? What are you going to do for college? Where are you going to go? Whatever. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, so at one point I just got really annoyed and I was like, I'm going to move to Australia and I'm going to go to Australia for college. I went online, I googled colleges in Australia and Bond University is pretty much the first one that popped up. And I really liked it because it is in Gold Coast and Gold Coast is very city at the same time as being very beachy. I kind of just fell in love with Bond right away and decided to apply. The landscape is pretty awesome because there's a little bit of everything in Australia. Gold Coast I know is compared to Las Vegas a lot, but it's nothing like Las Vegas. It's very boring in Las Vegas, and I really like the Gold Coast because there's so many things you could do. You could go into Surfers, you could go to the beach, you can take a hike at Burleigh Hill, you could just lay around all day in the sun. It's really nice and I really like it. I love the people. I love every single one of my friends here are Australian. They're so amazing. They're so funny. The sarcastic vibe that Australians have here fit perfectly with who I am as a person and where I grew up, and like my family is back home's really sarcastic. So I was just really able to mold in. It's definitely been more relaxed in more ways than one. Not necessarily just because I'm in a different place, but because I'm in a different situation. I am now on my own here. This is me creating my new life here. So a lot of what I do on the Gold Coast really meshes in with the laid-back lifestyle of the Gold Coast because I get to decide what I do. Nobody's telling me what to do. I'm my own person now.
Oh, it was the best decision I ever made. Literally, I was talking about this to my family back home a few days ago. I honestly don't think I would have been happier anywhere else in the world. I mean, I could have gone to other universities in Australia as well, but I chose Bond. Hi, I'm George Markwell. I'm one of over 500,000 international students currently studying in Australia. Well, my study abroad program, it offered me places like California, New Zealand, Australia, and I always knew that I wanted to go somewhere to a warm climate, just because living in London, I get rain and misery for 9 months of the year. So I just thought, Australia it is. I mean, it's got everything I want. Rugby, warm weather, beaches, perfect. I didn't really have that much trouble adapting because, I mean, the whole, the drinking culture, the sport culture, I do that back home, but just not as well as they do it here. So I just think it's easy. I mean, I get along fine here. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the Aussie bloke, that's definitely true. I mean, I just spent a weekend down in the countryside, thick countryside, and it was very different. You wouldn't dream of meeting someone from the UK like that. I mean, but in a good way. They just get on with their lives, you know? They just do things the way they need to. So I mean, I play rugby back in England, but I play at a standard, you know, we play on a Saturdays, we're amateurs, you know, it's not really a laugh, it's quite serious, but compared to Bond University rugby, we've got boys playing for the uni team who were Queensland Reds under-20s, Australian schoolboys, maybe even, I think there was an Australian under-18s around, so the quality is just incredible. I just like having everything here, really. I mean, when I go back to London, that'll probably be the first thing I complain about, is having to go here, there and everywhere just for something that's probably 2 minutes walk away.
Would you say that you're becoming an Australian?
100%. I always say it. I'll even talk about Australia and I'll be like, why do we have this? I lump myself in with Australians, and Australians will always laugh at me, but I 100%. I'm Australian now. You have to accept it.
Are there any words, slang words, just off the top of your head that you're familiar with, that you really resonate with?
I say reckon a lot, I say heaps a lot, keen, I say keen all the time.
Oh yeah, it's completely different. Like, I mean, that whole Aussie slang thing is completely real. I think it's great. I probably picked it up 3 or 4 weeks into my last semester, and I'm talking to my friends back home in England and my family, and I'll drop a phrase or a sentence that we would say to each other here, and they go, sorry, one more time, what did you just say? And it's just like, ah, well, there you go, it shows how it's rubbing off on me.
The drinking culture here is huge. It's just like so full on, because it's hard for me to keep up, because you guys will turn around and just do it the next day, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, it's full on. Everybody gets around it out here, and I think it's so much fun. I
just love that environment. Like, everyone gets around it. They go off, really. I mean, there isn't that culture in my uni back home, and you know, nothing like what goes on here goes on there. Everyone sort of keeps themselves, but this is just, I love it here. I've just enjoyed getting to know people and seeing how they live their lives and stuff.
Everybody I've come across is pretty awesome. Like, they're all just very open, very kind. Everybody asks me where I'm from. Everybody asks me if I'm Canadian, because apparently I sound Canadian and not American. And every single time I say, no, I'm from America, they say, where are you from? And I go, Las Vegas. And every single time they go, Las Vegas. So I really like the people in Australia. They're all super, super kind. I don't really know what it's made me learn being here, but it's kind of taught me how to be my own person, and it's taught me how to appreciate certain things and how to get through hardships on my own. Obviously I have my friends, and I do have support, like emotional and mental support from home still, but it's a lot different because I am my own person here. I
would definitely come back here. I definitely would. Even if not just to do a post-grad study, just to work, just to live.
Gold Coast definitely always will have a special place in my heart, and it definitely has influenced what I want to do and where I want to go, and my ideas of what I might be doing when I graduate at the end of this year.